I never thought moving into a secure, gated community would lead to a full-blown trespassing investigation and a restraining order against the HOA president. But that's exactly what happened the day Karen Myers stuck a fake master key into my front door, while my 13-year-old son stood calmly inside watching it all unfold. My name is Daniel Reeves. I'm a cybersecurity consultant and single father to an incredible kid named Miles. We moved into Lakeside Pines just 4 months ago, thinking we'd found peace, stability, and some space away from city chaos. Instead, we got Karen Myers, the self-appointed queen of the HOA. She wasn't just the president. She was the rule book, the enforcement, and the concerned citizen wrapped into one passive-aggressive package. She first introduced herself the day we moved in. No welcome, just a thin smile and a laminated rules pamphlet. We take safety and compliance very seriously here. Mr. Reeves, she said, eyeing the moving truck like it was leaking oil. I brushed it off. I've dealt with micromanagers before, but Karen had an obsession with control, and it got worse the moment she learned. I worked from home and Miles came, back alone from school. One day, she stood at the foot of our driveway, arms folded, and told me minor children shouldn't be left unaccompanied, especially boys. It's a safety issue. I explained firmly that Miles is 13, mature, and I monitor everything through our smart home system. She nodded like she was listening, but I could tell this wasn't over. Next week, she emailed a warning about a pending HOA rule restricting unsupervised minors. When I asked for the bylaw, she sent nothing. What she did send was herself. Every weekday at 3:40 p.m. Like clockwork, her silver RAV4 crept by our house. Sometimes she circled the block. Sometimes she parked. Miles started feeling it too. "Dad," he asked one afternoon, "why does that lady keep staring at our house? Is she going to try something?" I laughed it off until I couldn't. Then came the Thursday. I was on a secure Zoom with a legal tech client in D.C. when my phone lit up. Motion detected, front door. Then, unknown key attempt failed. What? I pulled up the live feed. There she was. Karen Myers, in broad daylight, on my front porch, fiddling with a key. Then shouting, "Miles! Open the door! I need to check on you." Miles appeared in frame, calm as ever. "My dad's not here. Please leave." She didn't. She jammed the key again, harder. "It's an HOA welfare check. Open this door or I'll call the police." And that's when Miles did what I taught him. He hit the panic button. Our house immediately locked down, windows, doors, everything sealed. All cameras went into 24/7 record mode. And Miles? He called me. "Dad, she's trying to open the door." I told her no, and she won't leave. "You did the right thing," I said, trying to keep my voice steady. "Stay where you are." "I'm calling the police, and I'm on my way." What I didn't know? Karen had already called 911 and lied. She told dispatch that a possibly abandoned child was locked inside and in danger. When I called to explain the truth, the dispatcher sighed. "Sir, officers are already en route. You should come home immediately." I dropped everything. Laptop open, jacket half on. The 20-minute drive felt like a year. By the time I pulled into my cul-de-sac, 2 cruisers were already parked out front. Miles was still inside. Karen was on the sidewalk, frantic, pacing, pointing at my door. "That's him! That's the father who left the child unattended." Officer Riley turned to me calmly. "Sir, can we speak with you?" "Of course," I said, unlocking the front door with my key. Karen's master key dangled uselessly in her hand. Inside, Miles sat at the kitchen table, homework open, headphones off. "Hey," he said casually. I didn't let her in. The officers confirmed he had food, water, contact with me, and no signs of distress. Then I showed them the footage. Karen trying the key, yelling at the door, calling 911 and claiming child abandonment. Officer Riley frowned. "Ma'am, where did you get that key?" "It's an HOA emergency copy," she stammered. "We have them in case of—" "You duplicated a homeowner's key without consent?" He interrupted. "It's policy." "Produce the policy." Officer Kim said. She couldn't. I handed over a file I'd been compiling, time-stamped logs of her surveillance, screenshots, videos, even a letter from my neighbor, Ms. Bennett, stating she'd seen Karen circling our property daily. Officer Riley looked at Karen. "Ma'am, you're being cited for attempted unlawful entry and filing a false report." Karen turned red, then pale. You don't understand. I was trying to help." "You entered private property with a fake key," he said. "You're lucky we're not booking you right now." Word spread faster than wildfire. Neighbors stood in driveways, pretending to sweep leaves, while recording the entire exchange. I knew that video was going viral before sunset. At the emergency HOA meeting a week later, I brought my attorney, Lindsay Duvall. She came prepared with footage, witness statements, and a printed HOA charter. Karen sat at the head of the table, trying to act like this was routine. It wasn't. Lindsay calmly dismantled her defense. No board approval for keys, no emergency access clause, and the emotional harm inflicted on a minor. Mr. Hahn, the treasurer, admitted the HOA never approved any duplicate keys. Ms. Lynn, the secretary, produced minutes from a board meeting showing Karen's proposal for access was denied months ago. The vote to remove Karen was unanimous. Even her closest allies looked away as she stormed out, hissing, "This community will fall apart without me." But it didn't. Karen was fined $7,000 by the city for false reporting and unauthorized property access. Her homeowner insurance flagged her as high risk. Her job as a local real estate broker suspended pending review. We filed a civil suit for emotional distress and won $20,000 in damages. Karen was banned from all future HOA involvement, and a court order required her to remain 100 feet from our home. I'll never forget the look on her face at the final hearing. Shattered, exhausted, irrelevant, all because she believed her HOA title gave her a right to control our lives, all because she didn't expect a 13-year-old to know how to defend his home. If you believe no HOA president should have a master key to your life, smash that like button. And if you love watching power-hungry Karens get legally shut down, hit subscribe because trust me, there's more where that came from.